Hi, my name is Go Jinru, matrix number 304210. I would like to present my individual assignments about the determinants of leaf zone liquidity, which is current ratio. This study aims to determine the determinants such as internal and external factors that have impact towards leaf zone liquidity. Next, I would like to talk about the company background of Lipzon. Lipzon was established in January 1985 and specializing in R&D, production, and sales. Lipzon is one of the listed pharmaceutical companies which provide A+ shares in the capital market. Lipzon continues to innovate across various fields including APIs, traditional Chinese medicine, chemical drugs, biological drugs, and in vitro diagnosis. The problem statement is Lipzon has experienced a revenue decrease about 6.09% in 2023, and the overall market size for tocilizumab injection is small, which affects the sales of tocilizumab injection as well. There is three research objectives for this study. The first one is to determine the factors that affect company performance based on internal factors. Secondly, to determine the factors that affect company performance based on external or macroeconomic factors. And lastly, is to determine the factors that affect company performance based on both internal and external factors. Next, I would like to start with the performance for the literature review. According to Carton 2004, the concept of organizational performance is based upon the idea that an organization is the voluntary association of productive assets, including human, physical, and capital resources for the purpose of achieving a shared purpose. The causality from corporate governance to perform may be hard to determine. Next, liquidity risk refers to Canton W 2025. Liquidity risk is the possibility that a company unable to obtain a funding at affordable price or in a timely manner in order to fulfill its financial commitment. Liquidity risk is not only affects the financial institution but also threatening their operation and financial ability. Hayes A 2025 defined that market risk is the term used to represent the risk of loss from changes in financial markets. It consists of the risk regarding changes in market price and interest rate. Market risk arises from changes of external factors as well. Now, I would like to talk about the methodology. For the sampling technique, the data used for this study is obtained from Lipzon annual report from year 2014 to 2023. There are three models shown in the figure. Model 1 refers to how the internal factors related to firm liquidity, while the Model 2 refers to how external factors related to firm liquidity, and lastly, Model 3 refers to how both internal and external factors related to firm liquidity. The regression analysis is a statistical method to predict the value of single dependent variable based on the values of one or more independent variables. For the descriptive statistic, the liquidity of Lipzon can be evaluated through its current ratio. For the return on asset ROA, the mean is 0.0972, which indicates the company generates about 9.72% profit from its assets annually. The standard deviation of 0.0641 implies that the company have relative low variability in profitability over 10 years. Next, the average correction period ACP has a mean of 63.34 days, meaning that the company takes about 63 days on average to collect the receivables. The standard deviation is 5.83, which show a noticeable variability which may affect cash flow and operation efficiency of the company. From the correlation table, there are three variables that is statistically significant to the current ratio, which their p-value is less than 0.10. The three variables are operating margin, interest rate, and average collection period. While there are many variables that is not significant to current ratio due to the p-value is more than 0.10, includes ROA, operation ratio, unemployment rate, inflation rate, and debt to income. For the model summary, Model 1 shows that out of 8 variables evaluated, only 3 of them are significantly contributed to LeapZone financial performance as measured by the current ratio, with an adjusted R-squared value of 0.537 or 53%. While the Model 2 shows that out of 5 variables, only 3 of them have contributed to the company's financial performance or current ratio with an adjusted R-squared of 0.514 or 51%. And lastly, for the Model 3, it shows that only 3 variables have an impact to the company financial performance or current ratio with an adjusted R-squared value of 0.607 or 60%. For the ANOVA table, the Model 1 shows the p-value for the regression model is 0.096, which is greater than 0.05. This shows that the model does not meet statistical significance at the 5% level and the variance explained by the regression is not statistically significant. While the Model 2 shows the p-value is greater than 0.05, which is 0.107, means a moderate significance. This means that the external economic factors could influence the company's short-term financial position. And lastly, for Model 3, the results of the ANOVA table shows the p-value of 0.274 is greater than 0.05, indicates that the variance is not significant and unable to predict the dependent variable. From the coefficient table, only Model 1 has statistically significant to current ratio with p-value less than 0.10, which is average collection period with p-value 0.023. In conclusion, the results indicate that the combined internal and external model produce the R-squared value closest to 1, and the average coverage period, interest rate, and also the operating margin is significant to the current ratio. For the recommendation, the first one, I will recommend the company to give attention to projected interest rate and attempts to control the interest rate. This is because this action could help the company to arrange the debts to have more fixed rate loans or reduce overall amounts of debt when the interest rate is high. Secondly, since the company does not have a risk committee, so I would like to recommend the company to appoint a risk committee to assess different types of risk exposed to the company. The risk committee will identify the risk, gather the information of the risk, and implement risk management programs to create a risk-aware culture throughout the company.